everyone, and welcome to Ohio Valley Couponer. Today it is Monday, April the 7th of 2025, and I'm coming at you guys with another video today, actually. I know, I had a video today, my Walmart Deals video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. If you haven't already seen it, you should go check that out. But I'm actually here with a second video because we got something to talk about. It's actually a pretty big deal. And so, yeah, and it's going to impact my videos for the next several weeks, unfortunately. Hopefully not too much, but yeah, there will definitely be some impact for sure. Like, people are definitely going to notice. So I wanted to go ahead and make this video, let you guys know. And I actually had somebody comment on that long ago, like, oh, I miss your Christmas vlogs, and I would love it if you'd like do a video updating on your life. And so that's what we're doing, because it's a pretty big update. So I'm going to share it with you all in this video. So guys, if you notice on the thumbnail, there were a few different pictures. One of them was of me with crutches. The other one was of an x-ray of a foot, and then there was another one of a large, like, boot. So you may have figured out that there is some sort of foot injury involved. And guys, this is not a sprain or a fracture. My foot literally is broken. My right foot towards the, like, right side of my foot literally is broke, which is so crazy. Like, guys, I can't even tell you what caused this. I can tell you when the pain started. I definitely can tell you that because I was well aware. But I don't know what caused this foot to break. Like, I have no idea. And so it was a total surprise. So I'm just kind of like go back to what happened or whatever. So last Monday night, everything was fine. I'd spent a lot of time working on the computer, sitting at my desk. So I was sitting at my desk and my foot fell asleep, my right foot. And that is honestly pretty common for me to have my foot fall asleep. It's never really been a problem. Like, it sucks in the moment, obviously. If you've ever had your foot fall asleep and you try to walk on it, it's really, really painful until you get it, like, woken back up, so to speak. And so typically what I've figured out by doing that, walking typically will wake it up if I move. And so that's what I did. And that's typically what's successful for me. On this day in particular, it was not successful because I started walking and I had excruciating pain, literally excruciating pain in my foot to the point where I screamed. And guys, I have a very high pain tolerance, so for me to, like, scream in pain is a pretty big deal. So it definitely caught my family's attention. It was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And after the initial, like, shock of that big, like, jolt of pain or whatever, now I know when the foot, like, broke. It broke, and it was just pretty uncomfortable. It definitely, if I put any pressure on it, it hurt, like, to walk, stuff like that. But I kind of chalked it up, if you're one of these people like me, you just, you hate going to, like, the doctor and stuff, and you don't really want to deal with it, and you're like, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure I just pulled a muscle, and it'll just resolve itself. And so that's what I did. I mean, my family definitely encouraged me to go get checked out, but ultimately I am an adult, and I made that adult decision to put it off, and so I did for several days. And guys, other than me icing it, I did ice it several times a day, and it did help, a little bit. Like, it never completely got rid of the pain or anything like that, but it would, help it feel a little bit better. Other than that, guys, I really didn't rest my foot at all, and yeah, I'm kind of ashamed to say that because you should listen to your body. If something hurts, like, you probably shouldn't just push through it, but I did, and that's why I said my high pain tolerance. It kind of is a blessing and a curse because, like, guys, I was driving and it hurt, but I was driving anyway. I was still walking around the stores. I was doing videos. Like, even last night, I still was out doing videos. And guys, that's not good. I wish I would have, listened to my body, listen to the people around me. Like, my family was like, you should not be, like, driving on this. You should not be walking around the stores. Like, you should not be doing any of this stuff if your foot hurts like that. And I'm stubborn, and I was like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do here. It's my job, I want to go. I'm going to do it. I got a reward to use. Like, I'm going to go and I'm going to, do this stuff because I want to do it. And if I would have just listened to them and listened to my body, I would have probably not had to, I don't know. Like, I obviously broke my foot, but I probably just bought myself more recovery time because I continued to push myself. Like, I don't know for sure, but yeah, so it definitely was not smart, and I would not recommend that. But that's what it did. So yeah, but it got to the point where it was just continuing to hurt, and it's actually even worse. Like, today was one of the worst days I've had with it. And so I was like, okay, I need to go and get checked out. So I went. We have this, like, urgent care for orthopedic stuff. So I went there today, And, I explained, like they're like, "What happened?" And I'm like, "Well, honestly, I don't understand what happened, like, I truly don't. I don't understand what happened, like, there was no fall. As far as I know, I didn't hit anything or bump anything. I truly don't know." The only thing that maybe could have happened, which I didn't even think about this until my grandma brought it up, a couple of months ago, I did fall in the garage pretty hard. We have, like, an attic kinda deal where you climb up the ladder and get up to the attic, which I got to the last step and actually tripped and fell on my chest, and it did hurt my foot for a couple of days, but the pain just stopped. And so I figured it was okay. I don't know if somehow something like to that, maybe it didn't fully heal, and I don't know I don't know what happened, but there is no specific instance I can pinpoint this happening. But anyways, I went in there, they're like, "Oh, do you think you maybe could have just twisted or something?" I was like, "Maybe, I don't know." And so I got an X-ray. I actually got they did several X-rays. And then the physician assistant came in and did all these like tests or whatever with my foot. She was like, "I'll press up against my hand, do this, like do this." And then she was feeling around on it and she, identified the place where it hurt and all that stuff. And then she was like, "Well, what do you think is wrong?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like that's why I'm here. Like I don't know. Like what's wrong?" And she was like, "Well, you broke it. Like your foot is broke." And then she's like, "Do you want to see the X-rays?" And she's like pointing to the X-rays, like where it was at the exact place it's been hurting. And I was shocked. I was like, "Are you serious? Like it's broke." She's like, "Yeah, it's broke." And so, guys, I was truly like thrown for a loop and in a state of shock because I was preparing myself like, you're going to go home and probably going to tell you to rest and take it easy and not do a bunch of walking. Like, I was preparing myself for that, but was not preparing myself for a broken foot and the fact that I was going to have to wear this like massive boot and walk on crutches, which that's going to be a process. Like, it's a process. So I'm trying to figure out how to walk on crutches, and it's like all this stuff. I have to go to a podiatrist now, so I got a referral to that. And I'm apparently going to get a call. They said like tomorrow I should probably get a call about an appointment for that. So I don't know what the next steps are with this whole thing. But I was not expecting that at all. I wish I would have went earlier and at least started the process earlier, and that way I could have been recovering earlier instead of pushing myself, going to the stores and continuing to do what I do. And so, yeah, that's what's up. And so, for my videos, things will definitely be different. Now, please don't be like, "Oh, well, Nick's injured, so I'm going to stop checking his channel for 2 months," because I'm still going to have content. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to try to keep it as consistent with my normal stuff as I always do. So, like Walmart on Monday, Fridays, and Kroger on Wednesdays. Like, I'm still going to try my very best to do that. And I don't think I'll have any problem doing that. Just the method of how I do it is what may change. So I'm really thankful in 2025 to have years of being on YouTube. I do have a blog of videos that have, in-store footage. And so I'll be able to pull in-store footage from previous trips and do voiceovers. And that can be done without me having to go to the store. So that's a blessing. Also, if I don't have the footage, there's always the possibility that I could just do a voiceover over, you guys know the like in cards that I do. Like I talk about the deal, and then there's an in card set to the music or whatever. I could always just do a voiceover over that. And I'm not saying I won't make it to the store. Like I think I would go pretty crazy if I didn't make it to the store at all for several weeks. If one of my family members is able to take me and help me or whatever, I might be able to make it to the store and do some filming then. So yeah, if, like we could coordinate work schedules and things like that. My mom might be able to take me or something to the store and like push me in a wheelchair or something so I can film. I don't know, something like that. We'll have to see what happens. But I'm definitely dedicated. I'm still gonna have videos for you guys. It just might look a little different, which is why I wanted to give you all the heads up of what's been going on and my whole foot injury. And yeah, that's the story. So the point of all this is that my videos, they might look a little bit different, but the content is still going to be great. Still going to be sharing with you guys the deals. That is not going to change. Just might look a little bit different until I recover completely from this. So yeah, that's what's up. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to this video. I wanted to let you all know if anybody of you like saw me and things looking different on videos and stuff, and you'd be like, "What happened?" I figured I'd just give you guys the heads up. And like I said, somebody commented like, "Oh, you should give us a life update." And so yeah, that is what I do in this video. And I know I do apologize if you are a fan of like the vlogs, kind of like the behind the scenes of my life content. I have not done any vlogs this year at all. Nothing since Vlogmas, so I do apologize for that. I'm going to try to do better about maybe doing a couple a month or something like that. There's not too much interesting in my life, just a lot of work between YouTube and then also my billing jobs, which thankfully are all work from home. other than a couple of like in office meetings or whatever, but most of it's work from home. So I'm set with that. Like this isn't going to be a problem with my foot injury. The biggest thing it's going to impact is my YouTube. So yeah, but I know you guys understand. So keep me in your thoughts and prayers. And if you've ever broken your foot, let me know down below. Tell me how long it took you to recover, like any tips you have. I would love to know. This is not something I ever like dreamed of happening. Like guys, I don't play sports. I don't do any of this stuff that I thought would like I don't do dangerous things really. I just yeah, this is the last thing I thought would happen, but it happened. So I would let them know down below what do you guys, if you've ever broken your foot, like how long did it take you to recover and do you have any tips? Let me know. And thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you come back tomorrow for a chat video. It was filmed before I found out about my foot. So it will be in the car and look more normal. But yeah, anyways, that's what I got. Hope y'all enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.